Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is time for another episode 56 of Long Time Watcher, First Time Writer. As always, I am your longtime watcher, King Fats the 95th, and I am once again joined by my wonderful crew of first time writers, which includes Action Shakespeare,
Hi, Vroom.
B Drops,
Beep beep. Hello.
and Ilyendik Nanagan.
Crashing noise.
Ah!
Perfect.
Oh no!
These are the three things a car does.
This is true.
And
Yeah.
a bike,
Beep
I guess.
In room, it crash.
Speaking of crashing bikes,
Speaking of crashing bikes, we're about to get to crashing some bikes today. We're going in real hot right at the beginning of this one, as we'll be starting off with episode 33, Cooperation, which is a continuation of the plot lines initially established in episodes 31 and 32. That was originally aired September 17th of 2000. Then we will be going to episode 34, Tremble, original air date October 1st, 2000. And then following it up with the last episode for this batch, episode 35, Emotion, original air date October 8th of 2000. Yeah,
yeah, alright.
absolutely. And your fantasy, be here with me and all I can do with this emotion.
Mhm.
Anyway, let's start with the cooperation first, though. This is another one of those ones where we get into it right in the middle of the action. By which I mean we start a fight in the previous episode, and then we end the episode, and then we start the next episode with Godai losing.
Yeah, pretty much. A tradition you will see again.
Yes.
Fellas, is it gay to trade bikes with your evil doppelganger and then charge at each other with your bikes?
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's... Yeah.
Okay.
It's a touch
I'm
gay
just
is the
asking for
problem.
a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that friend Godai?
Look, I'm not gonna say their name. It'd be embarrassing.
Yeah, I got out them. That's
I'm
that's
not
fair.
Mika.
That's so fair. That's so fair. That's so fair. But yeah, so our grasshopper Garangi man, he steals Godai's bike. He attempts to murder him with it. Godai's bike shits the bed conveniently.
It is pretty funny how that works out.
And then my man, our Grongi, on his Babe Ruth shit, jumps back on his bike and goes, "I'll kill you last," and then drives off. He's like, I'm so positive this is gonna happen. I'm just gonna make sure that you're the last one. You're gonna be the one that wins me my Gegu for sure.
definitely what I'm-
nothing else could happen.
I'm definitely not just saying that because the bike broke and I'm really embarrassed. I'm just fucking never mind. Shut up.
Yeah.
Go away.
Shut
I'm
up,
leaving.
whatever.
I'll kill you last. I just go like, oh man, my bike.
My fucking bike, dude. This was a gift from my boyfriend.
And also partially my friend.
Yeah.
I find it delightful that the description says the Tri-Chaser 2000 is forced to finally be retired due to metal fatigue. Sure, I guess.
Yeah. The metal fatigue of combining with Goram in the Battle of the Grasshopper type monster.
Yeah,
Evil
and
Kamen
no other thing.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else is there. That was kind of the listed reason.
That it got crashed?
Well, yes, that the metal fatigue is why crashing hurt it so bad.
I suppose. But still, I feel like this is pedantic, but yeah.
It's been building
Listen, if
up.
I'm not going to be pedantic about this, then what?
Also, this is the episode that made me confront and remind myself that this thing is called the Tri-Chaser
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I forgot it had a really stupid name.
Well, don't worry, because we're going to replace it with a bike with an even more stupid name.
Yay! But first, not. First,
Yeah.
the same stupid name, but with a letter.
Yeah. Because we gotta collect the key to the new
Dragon
bike
Balls.
from Enokita over at the Police
Yes.
Science Institute. And where did she put that key? Gosh darn it! I know it was around here here. Gosh, I'd lose my own head if it wasn't attached to my shoulders. Give me a second here.
I love Enokita giving us the masterclass of malicious compliance.
I love Enokita.
Ah man,
Yes.
this is a pretty cool bike handle. You know, this is great. That's all you need. Oh, also, actually, there's one more thing. You're gonna need a password to turn it on. Also,
All right, what's the goddamn password?
Well, it's this guy's boyfriend's birthday.
Ichijo walks in. Huh?
Yeah.
I heard my name.
Wait, what?
Oh, and there he is. The only man who knows his boyfriend's birthday.
His boyfriend doesn't even know.
I
know?
believe that.
Yeah.
I fully believe it too. I don't know how he got the.
I just wouldn't know.
Ichijo had to dig through his birth certificate.
It's because Ichijo had to keep filling out his paperwork at the hospital for him.
Date of birth. He can't just keep
Everything
signing this
memorized.
with an X.
Keeps his family stamp in his back pocket at this point.
I'll take this.
Yeah, listen. I'm gonna use it more than you are, and you know it.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, please.
Yeah, you're probably right.
God bless you, Godai.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, for sure.
This is also the episode where we get a man, as Non mentioned last episode. So if you're listening to this, that was a while ago, probably at this point.
I was gonna cut that part out.
Well, too fucking late. This is the part where it was a teaser where they bike through a man and a closet at the same time.
Yeah, it's fucking brutal as shit. It rules.
Yeah, I think there should have been just you know what, this show's not above blood. I think they should have done a little splash because by all accounts,
paint bucket.
what I'm to assume happened was at the very least he basically went through that man's head.
For sure.
At the very least, because there was no interruption and no body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude got disintegrated.
Yeah, that should have been a mist.
Goodness.
He just absolutely turned into goddamn paste.
It's truly just you can't even see it when they cut back.
No, yeah, you don't. There's nothing there anymore.
He's just gone.
Rammed into him so hard that the blood and skin and all that just transmogrified into, air particles.
Nice.
This man is the real particle collider all along.
He's part of the live stream now.
Yeah.
He turned into foam.
Special effects plywood? You've been living here this whole time?
Well,
Damn girl, I didn't know you were homeless. Let's get you somewhere. Come on.
He went into the shed.
You shouldn't be living like this, Queen.
She was just minding her damn business.
She's doing well for herself. She's got a role in Ichigo, or
her son.
Kamen Rider.
Her son, special effects green screen, has got her a little bit part in the show.
Got her a bit part.
A little legacy thing. Just a little fan service.
You'll love to see it. God bless you, special effects plywood and special effects green screen.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all two are doing well.
Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah. The police plot for this episode is I dig it. I appreciate their notion for how to try and solve this situation of rampant man on the world's fastest motorcycle, which is, listen, we can't catch this motherfucker, so we're just gonna have to try and corral him into a specific area.
Mm-hmm.
And then get him with our enormous fucking rifles.
Yeah. And then we'll send Yule F4 after him.
I thought we hated that guy.
Depends on who you ask.
I mean, what else are we going to do?
Officially, yes, but
Yeah.
We really like him.
That's why Anakin is distracting these guys, because we all just really understand that we can't beat these motherfuckers.
Yeah, we cannot kill this dude. We need Yola for, which luckily we are able to get him our new bike, the Beat Chaser. I believe it is the Beat Chaser 2000.
Do we actually get it this time? Because I fully recall them just calling it the Tri Chaser 2000A. Like, I don't think Beat Chaser's here yet. Well, it's not, because they're still handling it.
Yeah, so we mentioned that Ichijo shows up right when Enokita hands over the ignition key for the Beat Chaser. You know, we cut from that scene when Ichijo shows up, and then we cut back after Ichijo has given some form of impassioned speech to the other cops about, you know, trying to save the people, and how the only way to do that is to cooperate with the ULF-4. So they leave him the ignition key. And then he ends up hand delivering the Beat Chaser to Godai later on, as they are working on their plot to corral our Grasshopper Man, which is... personally enjoyed that scene quite a bit, because it's just Godai and Sugita riding down a road in Sugita's car, and then Godai's boyfriend senses tingle, and he's like, "Wait a minute, stop the car!" And he turns around, and here comes Ichijo on his bike.
I love that we get these multiple Sugita scenes now that he's, I guess, you know, that's the part I missed in 2 months, was definitely him being let in on this. Because Yusuke's just going on about his various transformations and stuff early on in the episode while they're driving. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it's still the same answer, even if in the circle or not. He just is like, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah. I believe the exact quote is, "That sounds complicated."
Never bring it up again.
That
Thank
sounds
you,
complicated. That sounds complicated as the "that's rough buddy" of Kuuga.
True.
I'm sorry, Godai.
We apologize that no one else can relate to you being an alien freak and not normal.
He seems chill.
I also like that Godai's one of Godai's solutions is to get on to Goran while flying.
Yeah, he's like, maybe I can just snipe this dude from there. Can't do it.
No, too fast for you.
He's too fast. He's too fast, too furious.
This episode also has an incredible volume of green screen bike henshins.
Oh yeah.
And in a show full of real vehicle moments, that shit sticks out like a sore thumb. It's like, I understand what we're doing, but it's killing me a little bit to look at.
Yeah.
That's very fair.
I'd still say it's delightful.
You get this shot of dude riding a real ass bike, and it hard cuts to a thing that looks like an SNL sketch. And then back to the real bikes. There was like a really creative one where it was done in the, you know, quote unquote same shot, where they did a fun Adobe Premiere warp effect in the center to make him transform while riding the bike. It was pretty slick. Like, the momentum never like felt off during it.
They did their best with the technology that they had, and I applaud them for that.
And their budget.
This too.
This came out like 2 years after Terminator 2 or whatever. Or, wait, was it? When was Terminator 2?
That's a question for you, not me.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Not 2 years ago. Let's just say that one. I think that came out when I was 1 year old, so probably 92.
Okay, 92 is going to be my second thing. Either way, you can sense the difference in budget, but I still love it. It's got the tokusatsu charm.
Yeah, exactly. Out of the charm of tokusatsu is the fact that they've only got $500 to work with per episode.
Never mind, 91. The year I was born. Anyways,
a
small aside about me, Action Shakespeare. Allegedly, Terminator 2 Judgment Day is the first movie I ever saw in a theater as a fucking infant.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I don't know why I was taken there.
They wanted to see it, and they didn't.
They wanted to see fucking Terminator.
Yeah,
That's fair. It's a cool movie.
And they were like, "This goddamn baby's not going to stop me."
Doesn't
I guess I was cool with it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're cool. Yo, is this baby cool or like what? Can this baby hang?
It gets worse when I get older. Don't worry.
I don't know if it gets worse as a "don't worry" kind of statement. This is a generally pretty good episode, but also like it's kind of hard to talk about because it well and truly kind of is just one big resolution.
Mm-hmm.
It is truly just kind of a pretty efficient through line to we get the bike, we put Godai on the bike, he turns golden red, and he kicks this man for everything he's fucking worth.
I do just love, like you said, he has the boyfriend senses moment, and and they go, and Ichijo just rolls up, slaps that thing into the bike, punches in his birthday without looking.
Yep. Beep, beep, pop, boop.
It's like, shut up, my boyfriend bought my bike and remembered my birthday.
So I was really curious about the whole birthday thing and was paying attention to the code. And it is repetitively inserted in multiple scenes as 0014.
0014.
Don't worry about it.
I am worried about it.
I'm confused.
Hold on, I've got a thought.
Yes.
When did Kuuga first air?
The first episode?
Yeah.
Let's find
You think
out.
it's January 4th, 2000?
That's my hope, yeah.
Not quite. Air date for the first episode of Kuuga was January 30th of 2000.
What the hell? You're missing an opportunity there.
I'm just not sure what this number corresponds to because I was invested in seeing if this would carry on through.
It's an easy number to punch while doing an action scene.
So it turns out that Godai can't remember a more complicated code than this. So they simplified it because his own birthday didn't work.
Listen. I believe this.
This is my new headcanon.
Like, that 100% that tracks.
This entire scene with him delivering the bike is so incredibly gay, though.
Oh yeah, my lone
It's
note.
so gay.
My lone note was they might as well have kissed with tongue.
Might as well have kissed with tongue.
Also, Sugita gets his first time seeing a henshin. That's pretty hot.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa.
He understands
all right.
now.
Well,
Yeah.
alright, well, I get it all of a sudden.
You and Godai up for some polyamory?
What is that? It's
I
the year
don't know
2000.
if Sugiza would be that forward, but alright, go on get it, son.
He wouldn't have been that forward if he didn't see the henshin.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You really got to jump on the chance.
I hope his daughter is ready to meet her two new dads.
Does he have a wife? Is she dead? I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't know if it's been brought
Headcanon.
up.
His wife is the same as Taki's.
Ah.
Fake. Got it.
Yeah, no, how did he get a daughter? I guess he adopted? Sure, whatever.
Maybe.
Spawned from his fake wife before she stopped existing.
Yeah.
Found one on the street.
Yeah, picked one up.
Oh, well, somebody left a kid here. Alright, well.
Might know. Finders keepers.
I'm always saying this.
This bike has cool features like going fast and having rider brake.
Yeah, it's got the special fucking parachute brake.
Which,
because this thing goes so fucking fast. Admittedly, the shot of Godai riding off on the bike after it's first delivered to him, that thing is fucking kicking. Like you can, especially because it's paired up against Ichijo and Sugita in the car all being stationary. You can just like see that thing is fucking going for it. powerful little motorbike they done got themselves.
I have before we get too far away with it, is the brakes or the rider brake with the parachute a common thing with riders?
No.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I think this is the only Kamen Rider bike that has ever done it.
How much do you want to believe? How much do you want to bet that this was for a toy? That they were selling a little bike that has a parachute that just hangs off the end, probably.
I'm kind of wondering. It just seemed like a shoot parachute. Like, I think he generally was on something that goes so fast it needs to deploy a parachute air brake.
We're in the era of having safety measures, which is really nice.
But I bring it up because in the V3 intro, minor spoilers for V3's intro, you also see that same technology.
Oh.
So I'm like, I was watching it with a friend at the time, and I just like pointed at the screen. I'm like, V3. I didn't know if that was just me being like person who's only seen V3 and Ichigo. This is giving me some Ichigo and V3 vibes.
Yeah, I can't think of any other Heisei riders I've seen with the parachute motorcycle. So this may in fact just be a Kuuga and V3 thing.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, I know.
I think
go ahead.
what's so funny to me, because we mentioned it last time, would they all kill you last? But like, it truly cannot be overstated that they were like, "Damn, you're booking, dude. Like, it has not even been an hour. You're up to 20. Like, you got it. You're at the final one." And he's like, "I'm gonna get Kuuga.
I'm gonna win by killing Kuuga."
I really just was hoping it would just come back to everyone and just go, "Yeah, fucking right." Like, yeah, at this point, if I was a Grongi, I would just be openly mocking him. Like, it's not even the finals.
Yeah, it's not even the finals, you dude. Dick.
Save it for fucking Madison Square Garden, man. Like,
yeah, seriously.
Build this fight.
This isn't even a Mania match, you asshole. Get out of here.
You gotta build the feud. You're his
Save
dark
that shit
mirror.
For the Rumble, at least.
You should be pushing to the finals. No.
Yeah, come on.
It's gotta be Kuuga.
No.
I can do this. This is gonna be so fucking easy.
Yeah, I'm so based. I'm so motorcycle built. Yeah, well, how'd that work out for you, dumbass?
He got rider kicked in the face while riding a bike.
Yeah, you did. And his ass slid.
He got hit with a 5-point exploding kick you off your bike technique.
True.
The spoilers is that this is episode 33 out of like 50, so
he could have been. I think so. My ideal ending for this episode would have been him like would have been an escape, and he just kills a guy and goes like, "Fuck you, I'll see you later, Kamen Rider."
Yeah, suck me off, Kamen Rider. I'll see you in the finals.
He just like completely, he gets his ass. You gotta have a thing where he gets his ass handed to him so hard that he just abandons his principles and goes for the easy kill.
There you go. Yeah, that's the proper heel turn.
Yeah, and then build him later. But I guess they really didn't want to milk just, hey, it's a Kamen Rider but bad all that much. We apparently got. I mean, we still got Prince Grongi, so like whatever. Like we got shit to do.
Yeah, we still got some shit we got to cover, so
I do
stands to reason that we're not milking the grasshopper too much.
They at least put him over enough to give him 3 steps before his heart exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
like,
nuked.
Damn.
You gotta stop this shit, Kuuga.
My notes read as follows for this, in the same note, because I was writing it as watching it. So, damn, he's powerful enough to stand up after that. I finished that sentence, and then carry on with the next one before a line break with, too bad he frickin' died, though.
Yeah.
Because...
Say goodbye to another 3 kilometers grassland, I guess. I guess they went to another deserted area.
Yeah, at least
that was part of the plan.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I might have been
dosing. They were explicitly like, we're gonna corral him to somewhere where when Uyol F. Ford blows his ass up, we won't potentially lose anyone.
And the CGI explosion is just so delightful too. Oh my
it's
God.
Very good.
Please, if you're not gonna watch Kuuga, at least watch this. Go to like 2042 in the episode and just watch that. It's like a PlayStation 1 pre-rendered cutscene. I love it so much.
God, it is.
Which is impressive because it's still part live action.
Mm-hmm.
God, yeah. It's like wiping out the whole place. They got the leaves flying in the foreground to convey it, tearing through the place. It's great. It's a delight. But it's also just like, God damn, you really gotta figure out like a different attack. I feel like how many 3-kilometer deserted areas are we going to need to figure out?
Yeah. Godai slowly but surely turning into a Dragon Ball protagonist.
Yeah, he's just... or antagonist. I don't know.
Yeah.
I am genuinely curious, and here's my long shot hypothesis for the rest of the series. Godai is going to learn, or Godai and the Garangi are going to learn that if they continue this game, they will kill everyone and also themselves because of just how powerful things are getting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the final confrontation is going to have to be more of a diplomatic situation than rider kick. Because I feel like that's going to blow up half of Japan at that point.
That's incredibly fair. We are at the point where rider kicks would probably be strong enough to start blowing up half of Japan, so...
Yeah, and it just keeps escalating, so I'm just like,
They ain't fucking lying. That power do creep.
Yeah. It's almost like being a biological weapon is bad, actually.
What? No way.
I'll have to test it and come back to you.
Yeah, same. But...
Don't knock until you try it.
The notes are not looking good.
I'm always saying this.
Do not yuck my yum.
Yeah, listen.
What?
I don't know. It's that phrase. That phrase always fucking gets me. It's so... Like, I understand that it's... The opposite of yum is yuck, but yuck as a verb is so...
Yeah. It's
yuck as a
fun.
verb and yum as a noun is... becomes...
It's a powerful combination.
So weird.
It is a strange statement. Episode 34.
Very quickly, before we get to 34, I do just want to cover a thing, because Shakes kept throwing out a number for how many murders this dude was doing, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not right. So I went and I made sure to hunt down a little clarification. His goal that he almost achieved was 99 murders. He kills 98 people and is like, and for my last one, I'm gonna do Kuuga, and then fumbles the bag horrendously at the very end.
I don't know where that fucking changed, truly.
Yeah.
Because I distinctly wrote down 21 in an hour. Maybe that was just how many he did once.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe they gave confirmation for him doing 21 in an hour?
It was super 99 by the end of the day or something like that.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Like
and then
that, yeah.
21 an hour was very much me going like, oh shit, how is he doing that?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I think this dude's cheating.
Probably. Fudging the numbers just a little bit.
And he's still
but it
fucked
doesn't
up
matter,
with one left.
Yeah.
Wild.
He was at the finish line and he tripped and fell on his goddamn face. And by tripped, I mean someone kicked him off of his bike.
Ow.
Ow.
We get that final scene with the chief or whatever, where you know, we've decided your boyfriend is cool now, and also he is terrible at hiding his identity. I also know he is Yusuke. Let's all just keep this under. Let's all just keep it to ourselves.
Yeah, let's all just pretend
we can handle it.
Who's this Godai Yusuke guy who keeps asking for police clearance? That's Ichijo's boyfriend, Link.
Oh, you mean Kuuga?
I think the entire school district of Japan, all of Japan, already knows because Nika has just been telling me.
Just every place she goes, what's up? My name's Nika. My dad's dead. I know Kuuga.
Yeah, well,
His name's Godai Yusuke.
She found a forum website called like Rider or ULF4.blog or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was .org. And it was
I
just
saw him transform. He shot a bee.
Yeah.
He's my friend Yusuke Godai. He works at this restaurant from these hours on these days.
Yeah, he lives here. Here's pictures of him too.
Except psych, he doesn't actually work ever.
He's scheduled to work those hours.
Yeah, he's scheduled to work these hours on these days.
Try some gold curry.
Yeah.
Please
help Godai keep his house by patronizing his house. With that, now that we're out of this month of September, it's time to get spoopy with episode 34, Tremble. Y'all motherfuckers like horror movies? Y'all motherfuckers like mass murder?
Yeah, I wish I could see a horror movie.
You like The Ring?
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers like The Ring?
Okay, I'm glad I did. I'm not the only one who wrote that down.
Yeah.
It is indeed very Ring-esque.
I have a 3-word phrase that I think summarizes this whole episode, but I won't say it just yet.
Okay.
Before we get into anything actually serious, it's very cool that from this episode forward, we are now getting the second verses of the intro and ending. That's so cool. It's a thing I wish more shows did, so you actually got to experience the whole song while watching a show.
Okay, what's your thoughts be on them at least doing it for like a final episode?
That's okay. So long as they do it at least once.
Okay.
I think it's great. I just think it's a shame to not show off the rest of the song that is made for your show within the show.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid watching this, it's great to experience it. And as a kid, it's harder to get them. As an adult, I can always go and buy stuff, but as a kid, I mean...
Ask your mom and dad to buy you the new Kamen Kuuga single.
Kuga's greatest hits.
I would buy Kuga's greatest hits. But that's it for pleasantries, I'm afraid to say.
That's basically the only thing that's good and cool and fun in this episode. You start in a hospital. I heard you. I'm so curious. Dig this one. Dig us out of this hole.
Oh, the other positive thing is edible gold, or I hope it is.
That's fair.
But that's later.
Yeah, that is. First, we have to watch this high schooler get murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This dude seems really fixated on a certain date.
Yeah, no, that's super fair.
Hey, Satoshi, what's going on 9/11? What are you so fixated on?
Well, it's going to be a very bad day for Satoshi.
Damn, it's truly the 9/11 for Satoshi.
It's truly his 9/11. Oh God. So yes, we start in the hospital. Where a young high school boy surrounded by his family is in goddamn hysterics.
Yeah. Because
he was told that he was going to die in 4 days ago, essentially. But don't worry, his parents are here, and they're going to yell assurances at him that he's gonna be okay. He's not going to die. It's gonna be all right. Right up until the point when his nose starts bleeding, and then suddenly it seems like maybe things will be less cool. And shock, surprise, and disbelief, things are less cool.
Nobody, this isn't a criticism on their part. Nobody is handling this situation well.
No one's handling this situation well.
Not a single person in this room is handling it.
Yeah, no, fair play to them entirely, though. Yeah, because I don't know how I would handle a situation like this.
They're just screaming at each other. Like, every sentence is screamed at each other. You're gonna be okay!
It's gonna gonna be fine.
Stop saying that shit. You're gonna be okay.
You're not gonna die.
No, I'm super gonna die. Watch.
Watch this, or I go.
Get some nosebleed.
Yeah. We also get our first instance of a fun little, very kind of horror movie-esque touch to these 2 episodes, which is the like grainy hand cam footage of our Grongi in human form,
just chilling in the background,
chewing his nails,
advertising the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, true. And so our Grongi does a big murder, and we hop back on over to Pol for a bit. You know, we're showing off the gold leaf curry. We're helping Godai polish his new cool stolen bike that his boyfriend got him for his birthday.
It's my birthday bike.
Yeah, I'm a little birthday boy. And this is my little birthday bike. When is your birthday, Godai? I don't know. Whenever Ichijo gives me a gift and says happy birthday.
It's apparently July 4th, 2000, but that's like this year. Oh well.
God, he's so stupid. I can't not fuck him.
Me taking off my clothes. God damn
it. Yeah. Godai, you're so fucking stupid. Yeah, so we get to we check in on Godai and the Pol folk for a bit. When obviously Godai gets called away because someone's doing a shit zillion murders.
Yeah,
like
this is
78 in 4 days.
Okay, so like, I think something about this one really struck me hardcore. Like, they're talking about, so this is all high school boys, right? Is it high school or middle school? Whatever.
High school.
Okay, all high school boys. They're talking about a singular school. Singular school population, or maybe it's multiple. If it's multiple, it makes more sense.
One school.
Yeah. Okay. So like,
it is all boys from Midorikawa Academy.
Fuck it.
Please note the name.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Nice. Yet another one.
Yeah.
Was it like 94 total boys, and 78 of them are dead?
Yep.
That's fucking crazy.
Which I believe, if I recall correctly, and this gets established in the next episode, but if I recall correctly, it is spoken that this Gurongi's goal is like 98 in 12 days. So apparently he looked at this school and looked at the male populace of the school and was like, "Yep, I'm gonna kill all of these.
I'm gonna turn this into an all-girls school myself."
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Nuts. This is
the amount he's already succeeded at is what strikes me.
Mind-boggling. Yeah.
Like
this is one of like a couple of Grongi. Like it's so easy to be like, man, the Grongi sure are fucked up and evil, but then there are like a few particular ones, like this dude. The fucking samurai crab dude who backed into people. Fucking B-Man, the first grasshopper who was just like dropping people off of buildings and shit. You know, there's like a good choice few Grongi that you look at them and you look at what you're doing and you're like, damn, that's so fucked up and evil and shitty. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, there are some, like, obviously they're all terrible, but there are some real standout shitheads, and I 100% think that this guy is one of them.
It also should be noted that there's 91 second years at the school. But, like, that's still pretty much an entire grade.
Yeah, they're taking out the entire second-year male population is ludicrous.
Yeah.
That they've already basically accomplished over 75% of that. I hate to criticize our heroes, but like, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like at the 25 kid mark, you didn't like try to start looking for the patterns like at all. They were at the 78 mark when they finally were like, well, maybe we should do something. Like, and they didn't get a lead until a funeral.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe that's it could be that they were on it real quick and they just fucking fumbled the bag every time, which would be pretty rough.
Nobody noticed the emo guy.
Yeah.
Nobody noticed that all these kids say, "This guy stabbed me and said I would die in 4 days."
It's a hard thing to notice, for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny because, like, there's multiple times where this dude, like, apparently is sticking out really clearly, and I think he's the most generic, normal-looking Grongi in my mind.
A little bit.
It's just, I don't know, am I just not in the mindset of the year 2000s Japan, where the emo guy is like, oh my god, what a weird... He just kind of looks like an emo guy.
Maybe. Well and truly, maybe. Because, yeah, maybe it's just, like, in today's day and age, a guy like him would not stick out very much. Like, but maybe 2000s Japan, he's a little more noticeable.
Like, I don't know, just also in the context of literally every other Grongi that has appeared in public. Like, nobody else was going, like, ape shit over the dude who looked like Kid Bandit.
Yeah, no, that's incredibly fair.
I don't know. It was a strange, just one of those strange things in the middle of it all. But it's like, yeah, I get he's scared. You should be scared. This is the right reaction to this situation. But the startlement that you got from a specific moment strikes me funny.
Well, to be fair,
but
I think if I'm considering the moment that you're speaking of, I think that was less the startlement of seeing this weird guy and more of, oh shit, that's that dude who stabbed me 4 days ago and said I was gonna die in 4 days.
Oh well, that first one, never mind. This episode has a lot of content, actually.
Yeah, this one is pretty.
They packed some fun little like sub stories, kind of all mixing in.
Yeah, we're starting to get some more grungy B plot as well. In this one, I want to say that we do something ever so briefly with Batman, but for some reason my brain is not quite remembering.
We do later.
Okay, it was later on.
Currently we are, man, we're mostly at, hey, this dude killed 78 kids.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Mr. John Whiteman, please hold down the fort.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah, we've got we gotta go pick up Sartari because something has gone down. It's great googly moogly, it's all going to shit. Back in Nagano, where some murders have been happening that have a interesting tying element to them. So we need to get our resident ancient language expert, Mrs. Sakurako Sawatari, down there to see if she can give us the lowdown on these interesting symbols that are accompanying these mass murders that are happening. Because, one city with a mass murderer and it wasn't enough.
Yeah, honestly. Come on.
Gotta fucking double dip, I guess.
We're already clearly having a hard enough time tracking down 78 murders.
Yeah, really. Could you cut us some fucking slack? No? Alright. I suppose I should have seen that one coming. So we're gonna send Sakurako back to the back to Nagano to look into that. Meanwhile, on the lighter side of things, but still dealing with school children, Godai is gonna head on down to the... It's a daycare, right? I'm pretty sure it's a daycare. It's
preschool, yeah.
Preschool, that's it. Yeah, Godai's gonna go down to the preschool. He's gonna do some of his cool tricks for the children.
He's gonna do skill number 608, and I heard that shit's forbidden in 3 U.S. states.
Yo, my god. Can't wait to see that.
I got bad
Which is
news.
good. This sets up one of our other B plots for the episode, which is it's our two young boys whose names I don't remember again. I want to say one of them's like
Shudo and someone else.
Shuto. The other one starts with a Y. I remember that, but I don't remember what exactly. It's Yosh. I want to say it's like Yoshi something.
So Shudo and Yoshi's cookies.
Yes, yeah, Shudo and Yoshi cookie.
Yeah, Yoko and Choco.
Yeah, Yoko, Choco, Coco, and Dog Leash. They are once again getting into a little bit of a falling out. The boys are fighting once again. This time over blocks, it seems. So we're gonna have to talk to the boys and see what's going on. But not before we first annoy this child with string. I truly appreciate Godai's attempts to be, I guess, entertaining in some way.
Well, he noticed that kid latibulating in the corner, and he had to do something about it. That's redundant. So latibulate means to hide oneself in the corner. I'm a fool.
You did it. I'm proud of you.
The corner.
I wrote it down correctly in my notes. Hey kid, why you
latibulating? As long as you wrote it down correctly. Yeah. Hey, kid,
I'm trying to get that word into my brain so I can use it all the time.
You know,
good word.
I'm so curious as to what has led to this.
I don't know. I saw it in a Tumblr post recently. It's not a real word. If I'm remembering, it's like old slang. I don't know. It it comes up in Google. You'll bring it up. Latibulate.
Just bringing back some of the old slang.
Yeah, it was some 1920s article, I think, and someone was on Tumblr. It's like, oh yeah, we're bringing this back, and then in the following post, just the guy from Blair Witch, me latibulating.
Yeah, on God.
Maybe it's way older than that, but still, it's old. It's an old word that just fell out of fashion.
Yeah,
and we're bringing it back because we want to latibulate,
folks.
This kid's latibulating in the with a piano.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's sad.
That's how you know he's sad. Yeah.
He's
not quite helping Godai's sister play the piano.
He's listening. He's playing Mad World.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there in our single digits, kid. Don't worry about it.
So true.
Not me. I was built different.
Oh shit!
You were 10
that.
before you.
Yes.
So powerful.
I
wish
was
I could
born
become
old.
as strong as.
I know. That makes sense.
You know,
Benjamin Button ass.
That tracks.
Yeah. I am like the Benjamin Button.
Oh, it just means that explains why you've aged so well. Ooh, compliments.
Yeah, true.
Got him.
You complimented, you fucking dork. Dork ass bitch.
I was just trying to be stupid.
Well, here's the thing. We care about you, so when you're stupid, we're gonna dunk on you with compliments.
You could just beat me into the ground. It might be easier.
We'll do that later.
I'm literally
they're not
3,000
mutually
miles away
exclusive.
from you.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, I'll make sure to do enough for the both of you. I'll make sure to really give it to B. I hope you're prepared to go through a table.
No, it's better that way though.
I can send you a loose crystal nail file. You can do with it as you will.
Wonderful.
I've never had one. Did they work well?
They do, yeah. I think they're more side tangent for anyone who's interested in picking one up. I think they're more they get smoother finish than like the standard like clipper plus nail filer kind of thing that I've seen.
That's fair. I always seem to just have multiple grades of nail files with the sandpaper on them lying around. So I've always thought if I got one, it would be wasteful.
Well, I have the good thing about the silver or the crystal one is that it has been like 4 years, and it's still kicking. So,
yeah, I may try one out once I'm eventually through my current supply.
If you need 4 years worth of nail files for like $11, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
What an amazing value.
Yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you for having a TED Talk. I would love to come to your next TED Talk.
You're welcome. The next one is about plants.
I will be there.
Plants?
Wonderful. Plants.
Okay. I've never heard of them, so I look forward to learning.
Grow on Plin Plantation.
You've never heard of them, that's why you need to come to the TED Talk. Thank you.
Exactly.
There it is. There it is.
So anyways, a funeral for a boy.
Yeah, a funeral for a boy.
Everyone's favorite.
Thank you for being a boy.
I was gonna say everyone's favorite Elton John song.
Oh, true, yeah. So yeah, this is a fun scene to transition to. First, we go from a very small child being sad to slightly larger children being sad, as
dead.
Yeah, as a bunch of high schoolers sob at the funeral of their high school friend, and while they are watching his casket go into the hearse, one of them kind of notices off in the on the offsides that our culprit, our Grangi in his human form, is just kind of he's just chilling, watching, chewing his nails, being a real smarmy fuck about it. This Grangi is a real smarmy douche.
He's really
every time he shows up in his human form, and it's kind of fun.
He's really just chilling.
He really is.
Yeah, and then it's like, officer, kill that emo boy.
Yeah, Mr. Electric.
Yeah, like straight up, Mr. Electric, kill him.
But alas, when Mr. Electric is able to pay attention, he's gone. Where did he go? Y'all telling me they gave this emo boy a teleport?
A little bit.
That's fucked up.
Hey, Red.
God, I was 2 seconds away from saying it.
Amazing. So now it's time to figure out what the Grongi are doing, by which I mean the Grongi are in this weird, cool cage place.
Hey, Batman, have we told you to shut the fuck up yet?
Yeah. It's been like 2 or 3 episodes, and I don't think we've told you to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
sup, fellas, I'm a beetle. Hey, Batman, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, basically.
I don't know what else happened to the scene. That was basically what I took away from it.
I think that it's pretty much that, and Batman implying that he's gonna bring a gun to school.
Jesus Christ. It's truly it is truly the energy he brings to this entire group now.
True.
Really, yeah.
I think when I had watched this scene and when Batman sort of stumbles off screen angrily and the other Grongi says like, what's his problem? I'm like, girl, you bully him on a daily basis and you ask what his problem is.
Yeah, you should learn to take it. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm just here. Truly my favorite Grongi is this woman who's just standing there, just like whatever.
Truly,
what the fuck is his problem?
So
he
fair.
Sucks. Oh my
god!
god!
Get a sneak peek of another Grongi at this scene as well.
Yeah, Beetleman.
Yes, we see that the Grongi prince is in fact a big bad beetle boy.
Oh, is that Prince Grongi? I wasn't entirely.
That's Prince Grongi.
I suppose.
Okay, I just
check out. Yeah.
I just screamed at him, being like, "It's evil Kamen Rider 2."
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've got not 1 but 2 evil Kamen Riders.
Yeah, because there was the Kamen Rider with distinctly that silhouette of head, but I don't remember which one he is.
Yeah, the Kamen Rider Kabuto.
Kabuto, yeah, Kabuto.
Who is also like this Grongi, a rhinoceros beetle. Anyway, after we abuse Batman some more, it's time for Godai to spring into action. After a short conversation he has with Shuto, where he's like, "Hey, sometimes you have to use words to express your emotions. I understand why you might not have understood that, considering you're like 5 or something, but, next time give that a shot. Anyway, I gotta go."
And he doesn't say a damn thing.
She doesn't say shit all. Because he's mad, he's big mad, he's angry, he's upset.
I'm gonna jump on my conspiracy theory again for a second.
Go for it.
At the beginning of this, he kicks blocks, and I think that specifically that loops back in to Godai's story, and this is a microcosm of what Godai needs to learn, because Godai says, instead of kicking it, you could have just talked to him about it. And I think that's going to be, like, said back to Godai at, like, episode 48 or whatever, And he's going to have to be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to have to lay down violence, and I'm going to have to lay down the power of Kuuga and the Kamen Rider, and I'm going to have to just use my strength as a human in order to solve this problem. And there's my conspiracy theory.
This is an interesting conspiracy theory to take away from exactly these 2 episodes.
Yeah, just these ones.
Well, it's yet to be seen. If it'll...
Yeah, it's to be seen so far, yeah.
If it'll, and my only thing is that, that's not very Toku, I think.
No, not whatsoever.
But
it's not very the year 2000 either.
No.
Well, who knows?
Who knows? I think it would be... Given how these set of episodes end, it does make me wonder if this is a path that will at least be, treaded a little, at least discussed. Not necessarily oh man, we got to switch hard to pacifism, but maybe some contemplation on violence might be due in the future.
That's fair.
More than any other episodes of any other Kamen Rider anything I've watched, I felt hey, this is a kids show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm sure next episode's gonna be better.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
I'm sure that won't have a paragraph note from me about how this shouldn't be a kid show. That probably won't.
That's highly specific, but yeah, I'm sure that that is the case.
I'm sure that next episode won't be the first episode in 5 episodes to have a viewer content warning on it in the wiki.
You probably didn't hear any sort of content warning during
you were all
the start
very
of this
good
recording.
at making these very specific examples of what the next episode will absolutely not be or have or cause.
I take pride in that. I do creative writing quite a bit.
Yeah, I took theater classes for 7 years. I damn well better be good at assholes. If I didn't learn improv from that shit, what did I do it for?
I also, not only am I a creative writer, but I also was an AP English.
There it is.
And also I've watched many video essays.
This is so true.
Which that's the real important one, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I've studied the masters. Oh, yeah. Here's my note about Shuto. Nice rat tail, kid.
True.
God damn.
Leave him alone.
No, I won't. This kid looks like he's 13. Why is he still in preschool? He's fucking huge.
He does. No, be nice to Shuto. It's not his fault that he's big.
He's gonna annihilate all these other children.
Fucking destroy him.
We have to help him learn how to process his emotions in a non-violent manner.
Yeah.
I've
been trying for 9 years now. I need to get him to kindergarten.
Nice.
Leave him alone.
You be nice.
You're so mean to him.
I must, as
please
as
snip that rat tail.
An extra large child, I must defend this boy. I will admit he probably ought to get rid of the rat tail, but please leave the Chufty baby alone.
Shit wasn't even cool in the 90s.
That's so true.
Let him have his funny little hair.
That's fair.
Alright, well, stop kicking over that kid's blocks, please.
So now that we've talked to Shuto about using his words to express his emotions, it's time to jump over to some police work. We got a family that we are taking into, or we are attempting to take into protective custody, but they fucking skipped town.
Fair enough.
They were like, we know what we'll do. We'll hide in our vacation home. He'll never find us there. So mom, dad, and son are just absolutely terrified in the cut. Dad's got the
Winchester
the fucking rifle. Yeah.
Hey, dude, right now, homeboy pulling out the Winchester. He's about to go Old West on him.
He really is.
Yeah, this is first of all where I wrote down, oh god, ominous phone calls like that one movie I can't mention.
Yeah.
And the 3 eponymous words of this 2-episode set: emo boy jump scare.
True.
It's
this is
insane.
This is just like a horror movie scene, but with this emo boy
but in
instead
broad
of like
daylight with just a normal looking man.
Yeah.
Just a guy wandering outside. He's too shy to ask to use your landline.
Hello.
Is that a gun?
I got the Nintendo Switch. This scene like is a really good. It's like it has like 90% of the elements, but the 10% they missed are kind of fucking big, actually.
Yes.
But like it's got a lot of the good things going for it, especially in audio. Like that.
Yeah.
The soundtrack for this scene is nuts.
It's just.
And the finger snaps, while I keep joking about them, are pretty interesting.
Yeah, they're a nice little like audio visual tick.
You need to be in a very specific room to make a snap sound like that, and I wish I could make them sound like that all the time.
That's fair.
Like, the music sounds a bit like metallic crickets, is what I wrote down, and it's just surprisingly effective.
Yeah, this particular bit of this episode is very good at what it strives to do, which is basically be a horror movie for exactly this one kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which culminates in someone saying probably the most evil shit to a person someone has said in this whole show so far. The more you suffer, the more fun it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My man just straight up admitting, I make it take 4 days to kill you because I want to watch you fucking marinate in your own fear juices.
Why?
Delicious.
Yeah, why funny? Speaking of marinating in the fear juices, we should take a brief sojourn to rewind back into earlier in the episode where we get to watch Tsubaki do his actual job of coronating.
Oh, yeah.
Fix your fucking drain. Bro, it looks disgusting in there. That shit's brown.
Like, I love how he has boots on.
Yeah, you got waiters.
You shouldn't need waiters in there.
But who was
Ichijo?
Ichijo.
Yeah, Ichijo just has like normal dress shoes.
Yeah.
Just got the loafers on. Them shits is getting soaked
to the bone.
Burn my legs off.
Yeah, honestly, I would buy new shoes like in his position.
Part of me was genuinely wondering of like, is this like an outdated practice they used to do?
I actually do not know.
Is there a connection between like pools of water and the dead, and sort of, but I don't know if that's anything.
I understand from a film, I suppose, a filmmaking perspective that it makes it a lot more gross and ominous, because he's the man dealing with death, and it's sad and disquieting to be investigating Grongi kills. But man, this is gross. This is normal people. You're a good guy. You're the good guys, ostensibly.
Well, to be fair, we did talk a lot about how much of a freak Tsubaki was when he first showed up.
You're not wrong.
His house is like that too.
Yeah.
Just up to your fucking toes.
Yeah, the second floor just has a bunch of kiddie pools.
You gotta wear those Millhouse pants.
Yeah. I'm going to enter your house on a tube.
Have a good time.
Throw it in a water park.
But yeah,
Kamen Rider.
Yeah, Kamen Rider. So we watched Tsubaki doing his job, and what he is able to determine for us by doing his job is the way these murders are working is something is like somehow being placed in these boys' brains, and then after a set of amount of time, like growing into a shape that will kill them.
Yeah.
by like stabbing them in the brain.
Which B mentioned a few episodes ago, Jujito deaths.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, Jujito deaths?
I got the vibes once again. So, like, I felt like episode 34 really does feel like very, very much like how he might hold open a short manga.
Mm-hmm.
Just, we see a boy with his family, and he says, "Oh, everybody's been dying, I'm next." And they say, "No,
you're gonna be
Satoshi,
fine.
no,
Be
you'll
okay.
be fine." And then he dies. And then we follow some classmate of this boy for the rest of the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, pretty much. Classic horror.
This was this one was a real spookyless. In I don't want to say a good way because bad things happen to people, but like, you know,
dozens of children died.
Yeah, many high schoolers got murdered.
I appreciate the horror,
which is bad. But yes, yeah, like as far as you know, a horror project, you know, something that is trying to give off a horror vibe, this does an excellent job.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Good, very good episodes. I might not want children to see them necessarily.
Yeah.
I'd be worried about their sleep, but
I mentioned.
Oh, this one would have fucked me up as a kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Because like, here's a fun little fact about me is that somehow through cultural osmosis, Freddy Krueger got into my brain, and before I was able to rationalize it or anything like that, it was just kind of a constant fear lingering, like whenever I went to sleep. And like this kind of stuff would do the same exact thing, and I'd never be able to watch it the same again.
The very idea, as a child, the idea of there could be something in my brain that will kill me in 4 days and I can't see it would ruin me.
That kind of messes me up now because of, you know, ADHD or OCD kind of stuff, and like I don't want to know what to do as a kid.
Right? Not to mention the targets were children. I'm amazed that like at some point whoever is checking over these episodes, it's like, yeah, that seems fine.
Right?
Just like, because it's not new for them to have children amongst the dead in this show, but to explicitly target a school seems like one of those, you've passed one of those sacred boundaries for children's media a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Again, the friend I was watching this with, at the time, we were both being like, how is this like let onto the air the way it is, regardless of time and context? It just feels like a bit much.
My personal view is I don't think this was ever marketed for full-on children. I think this is a teens show, which is probably how they would pitch that, at least.
That's fair.
Target audience being like younger boys. I don't know. I don't know what the actual demographics for the show were, aside from way more middle-aged women than anticipated, but
yeah.
Like, I guess I don't mean like, oh, this show is for 10-year-olds, but like, you know, I think it's marketed towards that like 8 to 14-year-old demographic as a superhero show. It's a wide margin, but you know.
And just like on that lower end of their marketing, I'm just like, that would be a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure the studios were getting a lot of phone calls after this one.
Yeah, no,
I wonder like how that translates culturally. Because I know we all live in a country that has had several famous instances of, you know, quote unquote moral outrage or the like, you know, over content in television, and I wonder how prevalent that is in Japan. Not to say Japan is a completely alien world from America, but I wonder, you know.
I imagine there were at least a few. I tried to look up very, very, very briefly after watching this set of episodes if anybody knew anything about the public reaction, and a couple people did allege that generally this show received complaints for just being violent throughout, but
yeah, I can see that.
I couldn't find anything too specific.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah.
Like this episode just seems like one of many because they've certainly dug that hole. If it did exist,
a little bit, yeah.
If that hole is there, it's been dug over the past 30 episodes because they have not held back.
Kamen Rider Kuuga feels like the episode or TV show that is the reason why you don't let your 9-year-old watch TV unsupervised, because just in case it comes on. Maybe that vibe is completely off, but
no, I do get where you're coming from. It's very much so one of those I think thinking about it as someone who, from the mental viewpoint of a parent, yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100%. I think it very much so would depend on the age of the child if I would be cool with them watching this show or not.
You grew up watching Kamen Rider, so I should guess, were there any Kamen Riders that you were they were no, you probably shouldn't watch that one, or...
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't grow up watching Kamen Rider.
Did you not? Why didn't I?
No. I could have, had things gone differently.
Okay, my brain just made dial-up noises in my brain. Don't worry about that.
It is okay. But no, yeah, for sure. This is definitely one of those things where if I'm going, because there is at least a slight parallel I can draw between Kuuga and the stuff that my parents, other Japanese media that my parents did let me watch. Because I've mentioned before, we used to, as a family, we would watch the anime they would air on Adult Swim. We would watch that together, and that was. Very explicitly, that would not have been a thing I was allowed to watch on my own. I had to be with them in order to watch that, shows like Yu Yu Hakusho and Cowboy Bebop and stuff. So I think this would probably, fall under the category of, my parents would probably let me watch it, but not allow.
Mm-hmm.
Which stands to reason, I think, especially when you look at episodes like this one.
Yeah.
That being said, we should probably end this particular arc. Let this particular Grongi get what's fucking coming to him. Obviously, like many episodes, we end this particular episode with a little bit of a Godai fight scene with our Grongi.
He gives him a stick.
He tries to give him the stick.
Don't give the stick.
And with that, we hop into episode 35, Emotion.
I will say,
which I believe,
in this moment,
please.
It was really after hearing fucking 78 kids dying, boy, you finally prevented a death, Yusuke. It's about damn time. Hell, in fiction, bit, yeah. We don't really get that a lot in text.
Yeah,
I would love if my superhero could, prevent the horrors.
It would, it'd be very cool and good.
Truly not the vibe they're going for this entire series whatsoever, but sometimes I will say, if there's one thing weighing me down on this show, it's oh boy, alright. You're just, I get you don't want to make your villains look like chumps, but man... It's just, that's a bad scene to be in, to live in. How would people even support this guy? He can't prevent anything. I guess he's only preventing by fighting, and we don't know how many are left.
Yeah. Speaking of fighting, so we start this, we continue to follow the pattern of ending a previous episode with a fight and opening the episode with, Godai getting fucking sauced in that fight.
Yeah,
this one being particularly bad.
He's so bad at Jedi projectile blocks.
He's so bad at Jedi projectile blocks.
He tries so hard, and every single one of these stupid knives gets into his body.
my man gets stabbed up.
Ow.
Looking like a goddamn pincushion.
Yeah, really. This porcupine bitch.
Yeah, really. I think he actually is supposed to be. I think this is like our Hari in his ass.
Yeah. Makes sense. They really never go over how this dude, like, actually puts the thing in you.
It seems like, based off of that fight, he probably Yaidas.
Well, but they were saying there's no trace in any capacity. I guess they said that he stabs people. Mm-hmm. And I guess
they never did show how, though.
Yeah, right. Like, he can make the blades different sizes. That much is established. So I guess it's just a matter of, like, he just gets in there.
Yeah.
And moves it somehow to your brain.
Sure, why not?
And then it gets to your brain, you die. It's not gonna matter for long.
Yeah.
Not while Yusuke's on the case.
And luckily, we are able to prevent him from killing this boy who was in his vacation home. So we're going to get him into protective police custody. But we are going to learn that our killer will succeed in another murder, in a sense. In that, unfortunately, we do end up losing one more boy. Not to the actual machinations of our Grongi, but to the stress of the situation, as it were. And it is reported that he does jump out of his hospital window, which, damn, this is a kid's show question mark.
Oh.
Yeah, they established that one a little before the vacation home, I think, and yeah, it sucks. And also, the Grongi aren't satisfied.
Like right before or right after. Yeah, that's the worst part, is the Grongi are like, well, he got 90 kills, but one of them didn't count, so he's got to do a redo.
For levity's sake, I made a dumb joke while watching, and I was like, that's it, we've solved it. All the kids who got stabbed just have to kill themselves, and then we win. Rough.
We take those.
This is a kid's show.
This is a kid's show. This is a show for children.
Like, I know I sang the praises of Mika's episode for talking about kids, dealing with suicidal ideation, but having a kid actually, like, do it in your show, that's a lot. That's a lot. To do it to escape being murdered is a lot.
Yeah.
They don't dwell on it for long, either. Outside of mentioning it again because the Grongi are pissed.
But it still feels like getting hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat.
I think that was their one bit of restraint, was really not showing it whatsoever and not dwelling on it.
They don't.
Too bad.
They don't lord that one over you, in the way that they damn well could have. Yeah, Jesus. These episodes.
I think it's utilized just enough to be effective. And this will come in at the end of the episode, really, for the most part.
Yeah.
But we got a couple things to do before that.
Yeah, we have some things to attend to first. I believe right after we rescue our boy. Well, we go to one of our 2B plots, but I don't remember if we go to the Grongi first or if we go to Nagano first. I think we go to Nagano first.
I think it is, Sakurako's investigations.
Yeah, so Sakurako, she's made it to Nagano. She has met up with another university friend of hers who was also in Nagano at the time. They're going to be looking into the serial murder case that we talked about in the last episode. We've met back up with Ichijo's Kohai, whose name I well and truly do not remember. Sorry about you, guy. But he's going to be kind of our cop liaison for this case. And we're going to be looking into, there have been in Nagano Prefecture not 1, not 5, but 34 murders that have happened recently.
And that's not even the crazy part.
And all of the people who have been murdered have had some form of strange tattoo on them, So, the based off of like the nature of the victims and the nature of the killings and a little bit of eyewitness stuff, we are thinking that the perpetrator of these crimes may in fact be our elusive ULF-0. We may have just finally gotten ourselves a bead on our original Grungy.
Now,
what is he doing? Who knows?
Now, am I crazy that the implications seem to be these are a chunk of all lesser Grongi? Was the other implication?
Yeah. So this gets implied when we jump back to Nagano again later on in the episode. Okay. They say that it seems like he is maybe killing off some of the weaker Grongi.
We got Grongi on Grongi violence.
Yeah, we got Grongi on Grongi violence. ULF-0 is awake and he's pissed that you haven't done your Gegeru yet, and also you're still alive. And he's hard and determined to fix one of those issues, I'll tell you that much.
Deal with the rest in hell.
Yeah, really. So from there we jump back to our weird smoke cage rave room where our Grungi are hanging out, where they're, they have the aforementioned conversation of, hey, Hedgehog guy's doing pretty good. He's real cautious, and at the clip he's going, he should hit his goal right in the amount of time that he said he was going to. Which, if I recall correctly, he said he was going to do 98 in 12 days. Because of his, I'm going to kill you in 4 days thing. So there's, just them talking about that, and, the mention of, like, well, one of them killed themselves, so he's going to need to do a redo on that one. And also, Abusive Girl is like, hey, where'd bad guy go? I wanted to kick him.
Hey, where's Batman? I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, where is he? Why isn't he here to be kicked?
Oh well, I'm not gonna think about it until I get murdered by Batman.
Yeah, well and truly. So it's time to go back to the preschool. We've got children's. We need to talk to the children's. We need to teach them how to communicate. We need to teach them to use their words, because that's a thing that we can do as humans, is we can use our words to communicate with each other and understand each other better and learn about each other.
Sometimes friends can get mad at each other and they gotta talk it out and not kick over each other's fucking block castles. But also don't fuck up around making people kick your block castle, because you're being an asshole.
Listen, don't kick over a block castle, but also don't just go over to someone's block castle that they're working on and start fucking out with it without saying anything first.
Yeah, come on.
But most importantly, when you get mad at your friends, use your words.
Yeah.
That's the important thing that you need to know.
Kamen Rider looks at screen.
Yeah. The other important thing that you need to know is our high schooler boyfriend is he's not doing great for reasons that should be pretty goddamn obvious. And this is we've gotten like little glimpses of this in the past few episodes, but I think this is the first scene that really kind of highlights it. And it is part of why I really, 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 really like this episode. Godai is fucking pissed. Godai is big mad.
He does the Arthur fist in one scene.
He does. Just it's his smile and optimism well and truly gone.
I believe it was that when he was watching the news footage?
No, this is right before it, when the kid is breaking down in his hospital room and talking about, why do we have to die like this?
It only gets better.
Yeah. It only gets better.
Also, we get one more emo boy jump scare. Later, we get a cutaway.
Yeah,
it's just some random dudes spot him, and this dude goes, "Whoa!" at the incredibly normal man just standing there. You don't know it's that guy.
You don't. You just saw a weird dude and you got freaked out. Which, like, I get it, but
he was just standing outside of a restaurant. Like, this wasn't a private residence with him
Maybe-
peeking through the window.
Is it confirmed that that person is not an employee at the restaurant?
No, I'm pretty sure he's a fisherman, because it seemed like it was like a group of fishermen who were eating after being on the lake or whatever.
Yeah, they were just hanging.
I was gonna say it. Sometimes you get jump scared by customers.
Sometimes you get jump scared by customers. This is so
That man
true.
was straight up
go outside
eating,
and
looked
just-
out the window, saw a person. Was like, "Ugh!"
I think my favorite thing is he did that bit that I love when it's done every now and again in the occasional comedy where someone will like do a scream of terror like that, but like their face and the rest of their body won't react. Because my man, he's chilling, he's eating noodles, he's like, yo miss, can I get some more sauce for my noodles? Looks at the window. Hey, wait a minute, there's somebody out there.
Yeah, it's the guy.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, for some reason this dude Batman disappears even though he's a normal ass man.
Yeah.
The other Batman. Not the shitty Batman.
Shitty Batman couldn't disappear. He can't even do anything. What are you gonna do?
Everybody wishes
Fucking
he would.
old bitch. Yeah.
God.
We need levity in this episode.
Oh, boy.
It's time to go back to Pol Pot.
John Whiteman's most sitcom entrance to date.
He literally leads in through the door frame, waves a hand. John!
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jean-Michel Polnareff.
This first few minutes of the scene, I don't know why they made it that way. It felt like a fever dream. Something.
A little
I
bit.
thought someone was going to wake up in like very shortly because it was so like the audio was like really weird and like the camera angles were like way too close to people's faces. I don't know why it was like that for a few minutes and it just goes back to normal. And him and Pops start they start relating on their shared refined taste in MILFs.
You don't know if any of those women have children.
I know they're all of a certain age.
Valid. Listen, Jean-Michel Polnareff Whiteman has a type, and that's all right. My man, he lives for the hunt.
This is the last bit of characterization I ever expected. Was truly just the implications. Like, yeah, he's into older ladies.
Yeah, listen, it's a thing.
Yeah, okay, man. I already saw you. Mika already spilled the beans. You don't have to.
Yeah, the beans are all over the floor, my man. You don't need to pour the sauce on. We're good. We got it. Yeah, I guess that's fair.
It'd make the beans taste better, and they're already there.
Yeah.
Just get down there.
You don't want to waste those beans. Yeah. Slurp those up. Alright, we've had enough levity. It's time for this episode to be sad again. We head back to this weird hospital facility type thing that we are storing this high schooler in.
I can't. Is this just supposed to be the Institute? I can't tell genuinely.
I don't know.
All the police are there.
I don't think it's supposed to be the Police Science Institute. I think it's just like some building that they, like some abandoned building they wanted to hide them in. So they could like establish a perimeter. Truly question mark exclamation point. But we start with Godai continuing to be an insanely good person. Because we start with him on the phone to the preschool being like, hey, how's Yoshi's Cookie and Shuto doing? Have they made up? Are they good? No? Alright, well I called because I was worried. Let me know what happens. I hope those boys work it out. And then we get a very fun scene of making Godai really fucking angry. Because we got to go on TV and list the names and faces of all the teenage boys who've died.
Including the one who committed suicide.
Including the one who committed suicide, yeah.
Because, he's part of the victim list as far as humankind is concerned.
Yep, he is a victim of this situation.
Even the cops are like, well, that's not going to count towards their game. We know that. And the Grongi are like, that doesn't count towards our game. And then this news report is just like, 91 kids are dead. Like,
well, yeah, because
we don't give a fuck. Like, we need to dial it back and remind you that 91 human beings are dead, and you need to stop thinking about it in terms of your job for a second.
You may have a point, but I always kind of saw it in a different way. Of, you know, yeah, it is the same statement being said by two different parties with two different connotations. Of, you know, the Grongi being like, well, that's not going to count to the game. He's going to have to do another one. And the cops being like, shit, that's not going to count towards their game. He's going to go do another one. Fuck. Like, we can't let, with 91 already, we can't let this keep happening. And we know he's going to go try and do another one. We got to try and nip this shit in the bud as quick as we can before more either murders or suicides happen. That's,
yeah,
you know, at least how I saw it. And then, of course, yeah, as far as the news is concerned, it's like, listen, 91 people fucking died. Those are the cold hard facts of the news report.
Ugh. Harrowing.
Ugh. Harrowing indeed. So you know, we have a little bit of a conversation between Godai and Ichijo about basically how much this shit sucks. And we're back in Nagano. We are finally stumbling upon our crime scene proper, and holy shit, is it a crime scene proper?
That's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
That's a lot of meat. Somebody done spilled the whole pot of spaghetti sauce all over the goddamn floor.
Hey, you want to know what my 2 notes ago before
Tell
the
me.
scene was? It's if they only showed more blood, I can't imagine this being a kid's show.
You're saving it.
Yeah, they had to save up their blood budget for exactly this episode.
Yeah. It's ridiculous because it's covering the floors. There's chunks of meat everywhere, like even in the lights and radiators and such. And then there's either like on the wall or the ceiling, there is that symbol written in the blood.
The Grongi logo.
It's like, like Jesus Christ. That's kind of all I gotta say. Just Jesus Christ.
No, it's an incredibly Jesus Christ situation. And then we head back to our weird little hospital facility. It's time to try and hunt down Jason Voorhees as he teleports all over the goddamn place.
It's funny to me.
That's fair.
It's like, first of all, one of the earliest bits. He like, because he keeps like going around corners, disappearing, and like disappearing right before where people should be catching him on both ends, and stuff like that. And it's like, that's very interesting. But first of all, one time he crosses Ichijo's path, he's like Bigfoot walking.
Yeah.
Just absolute cryptid
Absolutely
moment.
Sam Squanching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, it just occurred to me, oh, he's got the power to do Scooby-Doo chase scenes.
Yeah, he does.
As everybody chases him around corners and starts chasing each other and then going the wrong way, up and down, all around. It's very silly until Yusuke catches up to him doing his Nintendo Switch, like, over and over and over again, just as if he wants to be found.
He was on his West Side Story shit. Yeah. Yeah, so Godai finds our horrid murderer, which obviously, as you can imagine, is going to transition into our fight scene.
To which I wrote down simply, "Fuck you, Henshin, die."
Yeah,
because that's how he kicks that shit off.
100% the end. Yeah, I am so curious because, like, you know, in the context, there's a lot going on with this fight scene, but I am curious of people's thoughts about this fight scene just in a vacuum as well. I am not gonna lie, but like both in context but also in the vacuum, I love this fight scene. I love when we get to finally watch our Kamen Rider just go fucking ape shit on a guy. And that's what this fight is.
I don't if in a vacuum, I think sure. I can't imagine the scene out in a vacuum though. It is entirely powered by the preceding episodes, and it's good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
For how little, it's mostly just absolutely good. I just beating the absolute life out of this guy, and then like him not really fighting back, and for like a good moment I was expecting the camera to cut to like him punching and then cut back and it'd be like just a civilian, because I was thinking there's like some sort of weird brain illusion powers going on.
No, my man.
But luckily that did not happen.
My man just did not want the fucking smoke.
And that's why he teleported.
He thought he did, but he didn't.
Yeah, no, and then there's the scene where the
Shuto.
Who's the big kid? I forget his name. Shuto grabs the other kid's hand after it cuts from. So you've got a scene of Kamen Rider punching him, and it immediately cuts to Shato just grabbing the other kid's hand, is like pulling it away, and it's like, this is good stuff. And it cuts right back to them like with their antagonist just like grabbing Kamen Rider's fist. I very much appreciate it.
This
fight scene is
we get these really good match cuts of like Nana said, like one of them is like a punch that goes into the dude Shuto holding his friend's hand, more or less, like guiding him.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think the other one is like, God, it's like I think he's like running him over with the bike and pulling him in, and it match cuts over to Shuto pulling his friend towards the blocks. Like it is this complete counteraction on each side. It's just like horrible violence and unity being compared in very similar ways. Which is fascinating.
This also fueled my conspiracy theory.
A little bit. Like, I can see where you're... Yeah, like, especially with that moment.
I don't think it's actually going to be the way it ends, but if it were the way it ends, I would be like, yeah, no, you've set up the beats for it to make sense.
But yeah, this is just like we've talked about, like, oh, Kuuga has some kind of close, hard-hitting stuff. Especially as we were, like, starting the series. That was one of the things we understood. But it also was not immune to, toku things, where you have a fight scene and everybody's doing some flips and shit. This is the most raw it
some
gets.
Dude dragging the guy down in the alley and fucking trying to kill him.
Yeah, no, like, on the bike... He's dragging him, he's pushing him on the bike, and this guy pulls out his knives, and Kuuga just casually super henshin into purple mode and just deflects it, and then just punches him in the face in retaliation and keeps driving.
It's stone cold, like, the whole time. It's,
Yeah. He's, the whole initial courtyard fight scene where all the cops are just like, mouth agape, like that one fucking shot in Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, everyone is like, what? As he's just beating the actual meat out of this creature in the courtyard in front of everybody, just punching him so hard there's blood
fucking, like,
flying.
part of his cheek, like, rips off on a hit. I don't know if that was intentional or, like, a weird suit malfunction from the, like, effects work they were trying to do, but it looks good.
It's fucked up. And just that final approach when he's going full purple, he's just still, this guy's just throwing knives out of desperation. They're still just bouncing off of him, and he's just Terminator walking towards this dude, and it keeps intercutting flashes of the news
specifically
report.
Zoomed in on the faces of the boys.
Oh, yeah, just the faces. Just flashing by as he steps closer and as he commits every act of violence.
And like as that's or right before that's happening, he golden transforms his purple form again, and it's just God, it's such a
so good
scene.
And then just as a nice little perfect cherry on top of an outstanding fight scene is the end of it for our perspective is Ichijo showing up after the fact to see Godai untransformed, still got the ignition key in his hand that he had turned into the sword, and he's just looking out into the lake, almost like he hasn't moved.
Yeah,
he's just standing amidst the flaming crater. Yeah, like I think the implication is fully that he has not taken a step since he plunged his sword into that dude and exploded. As we fade into a new block tower built by the reformed friendship of Shuto and Yoshi's Cookie.
That this end of the fight scene kind of like hit me harder than I expected, because it really takes a lot of that that like, oh hell yeah, go get him out of the fight scene for me, because it's just like, oh, right. I still killed someone. I still failed to save 91 people. And it's just like that realization of like, oh, I've been using I've been murdering all these people as well. And it's just like, oh, Godai, this happy guy, is just realizing he's done murders and killed people. It's really good. And the way that like the flames flicker and he's kind of silhouetted, and then there's some like fade-ins of like Kamen Rider in the transformation pose, and then fades back to them. It's just so good.
It's so goddamn good. And I think honestly they had to have done this sort of thing sooner or later, but I truly don't know if there would have been a better time, especially considering kind of how it works, for them to have started teasing Kuuga's final form. The little teases that you get of Kuuga's final form in this fight are so excellent. Especially when like juxtaposed to the, whenever they do the episode end card, a lot of times they will make it the color of whatever form got used in the episode, and Kuuga's final form is black, so the end card is just like pitch black, and it looks so good. I love cinematography. Absolutely adore this episode. I got the very enjoyable chance to check out this episode with B, and I was saying at the time, I think this might just be my favorite 2 episodes of Kuuga, just like as a whole.
Wow.
Just so much about these episodes is so good, and especially this payoff at the very end. Just everything about this is great, and it is some of the shit that I love the most in Kamen Rider. There are a lot of Kamen Riders who, not all of them, but a fair enough chunk of them who, at some point, they will get some form of access to a power that is, it's the whole thing is it's incredibly strong, but maybe it makes them, lose themselves, and they turn into like a kind of mindless berserker, or it's like an incredibly dangerous power, and so it causes them a lot of damage to do, and those are some of my favorite forms to interact with certain Kamen Riders, especially just because they tend to, beyond just like helping to escalate the action in the show, they carry a lot of narrative weight to them as well. And I kind of feel like this episode and, you know, these teases of Kuuga's final form are sort of like the predecessor to that sort of trend, and it's everything you would want from one of those. It just everything you would want from one of those, and then some.
I'm looking forward to it. I got done watching them, and I'm like, what the hell? I gotta wait a few more weeks before I can watch more.
Well,
I mean, you don't gotta.
Well, yeah, technically,
just watch them.
You know, I could, but still, I try to maintain a little bit of a schedule on it. So I guess that's self-imposed, but still, my point stands. On one leg, but you know.
But I'm coming in with
a
punt. Football kick that shit. Boom.
It's good.
Oh no.
It's good.
Does anyone else have anything else they want to say about these 3 episodes that we went through? Kuuga good.
Kuuga good.
I am literally always saying this.
Yeah. No, Kuuga good.
Yeah, very. I'm glad that you guys have been enjoying the show. I hope you continue to enjoy it for the. We don't have much left to go at this point. Next time we are going to be doing episodes 36, 37, 38, and 39. That is Complication, Approach, Transition, and Goma. And
well,
yeah,
Kamen Rider's going to transition.
Congrats.
But that is going to get us to episode. Once we are done with that episode, that'll be episode 39 of 49 total episodes. We will only have 10 more episodes left to go until this whole show is done. Yeah, we're so close to being done. Yeah, please be there. We hope that you have been enjoying this show. We hope that you have enjoyed our presence. If you do enjoy us and you would like to find out more about, you know, where we can find us and what other sorts of things we are doing, stick around at the end of the podcast. There will be a little bit of a sort of an ad break that'll give you the lowdown on where you can find all of these lovely people and all of the wonderful things that they do. In the meantime, though, thank you so very much for joining us. We hope that you had a wonderful episode. Go look at a puppy. Go take a lap, drink some
Hold
water.
2, maybe.
Yeah, maybe look at 2 puppies. These episodes were kind of emotionally rough, so go and recuperate yourself just a little bit. And we will see you next time for episode 57. We hope that you have a wonderful day or night or whenever it is that you're watching or listening to this. Stay safe, and as always, remember that if you can't believe in God and you can't believe in Buddha, you can always believe in Kamen Rider.
Thank you for listening to another episode of A Long Time Watcher, First Time Writer. If you enjoyed the podcast and want to help us out a little bit, you can head on over to the Patreon. Everything there is entirely free, but it functions as a tip jar if you like what we do and are able to support us. As for us individually, if you want to check out our random rambles and potential other projects, you can check out our social media links down in the description. And finally, there is an actual play OVA tabletop game, which is currently being run by one of our wonderful editors, Wurtzy. 2 of the players are our wonderful co-hosts, Action Shakespeare and B-Drops. If you want to know more, you can head on over to @HarborTales on Twitter. Thank you very much for joining us for this podcast episode once again, and we hope to see you next time for when we talk about how good Kamen Rider Kuuga is, and as